It is every poker player's dream to take down a major title, and they don't come much bigger than EPT Berlin. We're in the money, so all the focus is on surviving day 3, getting one step closer to the final table and the chance to become the next EPT champion. Giuseppe Pantaleo is desperate to get his hands on the silverware after coming so close in Barcelona.
It would be so great to win your home country EPT, and I'm very hungry to try to win it.
But standing in his way is the formidable French pro Fabrice Soulier.
I'm crazy. You think you're crazy? You didn't see nothing yet.
The man to beat, though, is Peter Eastgate. Fresh from his hiatus, he's hungry for the challenge.
I took a break for like 8 months. Now I'm back in the hunt of winning the EPT Berlin.
Who has what it takes? Historic Berlin sets the backdrop for the latest stop on the PokerStars.com European Poker Tour. The hunt for the next champion is on. The Berlin Wall famously separated the German capital for 3 decades. Now parts of the former East Side make up the canvas for some famous artists. But as we enter day 3 of the EPT, the remaining players are hoping to see just as much paint at the tables. Only 119 players now remain in Berlin, but 2 days ago it was a packed house for the always popular German leg of the tour. 773 players entered, creating a prize pool of more than 3.8 million. 825,000 will go to our winner and, of course, the coveted title. There's a real buzz of excitement inside the Spielbank Casino because making up almost a third of the remaining field is the German contingent, each hoping to reign supreme on home turf.
Yeah, the chances of having a German Berlin champion are really good. I think a German guy is going to win it.
Former Dutch international hockey player Fatima de Melo is one of only 3 ladies still in the field. She's enjoying her 2nd consecutive EPT cash, but starts the day short, so is looking to make quite a comeback. Speaking of comebacks, the return of poker phenomenon Peter Eastgate continues here in Berlin as he tries to recreate that winning form that saw him crowned world champion.
My game has changed a little bit. I need to improve my game. Competition is getting a lot tougher, and yeah, the opponents are getting better.
Over at the feature table, the super aggressive Giuseppe Pantaleo will be hoping to go all the way this time after falling short in Barcelona earlier this season.
Pantaleo is eliminated. This is not the way he saw this final table going at the start of the day.
I'm still thinking about Barcelona. I was very, very disappointed about that, but then this experience made me very, very hungry to win an EPT.
But with the chip lead and a string of impressive cashes behind him, Fabrice Soulier will be giving him a run for his money.
Sure you folded the best hand.
I don't think so.
Time to get cards in the air.
Hello, I'm James Hartigan, joined by EPT main event final tableist and high roller champion William Reynolds. We're here for day 3 of EPT Berlin. We have the chip leader Fabrice Soulier on our feature table. We also have Giuseppe Pantaleo, the man who finished 5th in Barcelona this season, plus a regular on the UK circuit, gentleman Ben Roberts. It's an 8-handed table, the big stacks in seats 1 and 2, Pantaleo with position on Fabrice Soulier. 2 Englishmen in seats 4 and 5, and with average chips at 195,000, we've got 3 players at this table who are well below average. The blinds are currently 2,000, 4,000 with a 400 ante. Matthew Franklin has folded under the gun. Action is on Mikhail Lakitov from Russia. He has 10-4 of spades, and he will pass. Lucas Meyer and Gerardo Muro have both folded. Fabrice Soulier clearly finds the air conditioning a little bit extreme in the casino. The jacket's going on, and he's throwing in raising chips from the cutoff with his Queen-9 offsuit. He's made it 11,000.
Well, he has to get by Giuseppe Pantaleo, the only other stack at this table who can put a serious hurt on Soulier. I like 3-betting over calling here, but Giuseppe wants to see a flop.
He's flatted in position. Anikev Anatoly has given up the small blind. And Ben Roberts will look down at Queen 6 in the big blind and also pass. So heads up to the flop. Soulier with the pre-flop betting lead. Pantaleo with position and the better hand.
This could be the start of a long day of battling.
It's 8-9-3, all hearts. Pantaleo has the nut flush draw. Soulier leads with top pair. And he checks.
I believe this is an excellent check for 2 reasons. 1, pot control. 2, bluff catching. There are very few hands Queen 9 can take to Value Town, and any hand that would call a bet has Queen 9 beat or has plenty of equity to outdraw a flopped pair.
I like the way you throw the chips on the table.
Why?
Fancy.
That's a fancy bet of 14,200.
14-2, right?
And Soulier will make the call.
And he is under repped here.
Deuce of clubs on the turn.
Go ahead, check.
Soulier checks a second time.
This could be a good spot for Giuseppe to fire in another bet. However, a check back disguises the fact he has the nut flush draw.
He does check behind. The river is another 8. Soulier with the best hand. He checked the flop. He checked the turn. And it looks like he's considering making a value bet on the river. He does. 28,000.
Like this bet a lot. He's putting Pantaleo on an air ball. He's going to make a small bet and see what happens.
Pantaleo with just ace high. His draw didn't get there.
Often you can bluff catch with ace high, but this is not one of those spots. Giuseppe has to raise or fold.
He elects to fold. And Soulier will extend his chip lead.
Sure you folded the best hand.
I don't think so.
Round 1, Soulier.
Show me one. Show me the 8.
I show you one.
Shows him the Queen of Hearts.
Pantaleo's left wondering.
Something tells me these two are going to tangle again.
He had the winning hand. I did.
So 116 players remain in the main event at EPT Berlin, including several former EPT champions. Kent Lundmark, who took down Barcelona this season and also cashed at Deauville and Copenhagen. Kevin Stani won the first ever EPT Tallinn event. He also cashed in London and Prague. Roberto Romanello won that tournament in Prague and just a few weeks later won his first WPT title in Bratislava. He's not a well bunny today. Fatima de Melo has had back-to-back cashes on the EPT. Her first ever was at Snowfest, her second here in Berlin. We have a hand in progress here between Thomas Bichon, who is 14th at EPT London, and Giovanni Cantonati, who's in the lead right now with second pair top kicker. Bichon has the diamond draw. And he's bet it on the flop.
Where do you come from, Italian? You're my neighbor, I'm from Corsica.
And you think the Italians go always all in, yes? But I'm not a normal one.
Not gonna go all in on this hand.
I'm not a normal one.
If you pass, I show you.
Bichon's trying to talk him into folding.
Oh, yeah. This is a Minieri. Oh, he always says this.
Well, Minieri never folds.
Yeah, but he's very clever, Minieri.
I thought, because I came back and I don't want to go again to the... I thought. Yes, now show. You told me you show.
Yeah, I show.
I show you one.
Cantonati lays down the better hand.
You're a very lucky guy.
That's how I play. Jack 8 of diamonds. My best hand in 2 hours.
Well, it's not much of a hand, but with the assistance of some verbals, it wins him a small pot. Thomas Bichon still below average in chips, the average stack being around 211,000. Here's the current top 10. We've got 3 Germans in the top 5, including 2 with Italian names, Giuseppe Pantaleo and Alessandro Laubinger. Fabrice Soulier still has the chip lead. He sat at our feature table with his 7-figure stack. He's in the big blind on this hand. The blinds are up, by the way, 2,500, 5,000. With a 500 ante. It's going to be Matthew Frankland under the gun. He's got King Queen of clubs.
Beautiful suited paint.
He raises it up to 10,200, just over a min raise.
He's starting this hand with 28 big blinds.
Mikhail Lakitov is in the cutoff with 9-10 off. He's not going to play. Lucas Meyer has folded. Gerardo Muro, 8 deuce. Nah. Fabrice Soulier has ace-6.
He's the big stack and the big blind, getting a fair price, but this is not a hand you want to peel to take to a flop. He has 2 options, fold or 3-bet.
He's gone for the latter option. He re-raises to 25,200.
How much is that? 25,200. Marlin.
Franklin shoves. And Fabrice quickly passes.
Franklin is well aware Soulier could be playing his chip stack rather than his cards.
I won't try it again.
Promise?
I'll try not to try.
You can't help it.
You know me, Fabrice. I've always got it.
Yeah.
Well, on our outer tables, Peter Eastgate finds himself in a bad spot. He's called the all-in of Marco Morales. Eastgate's got jacks, but Morales has the aces. And so far, so good for the German. Eastgate needs a jack on the river. He doesn't get it.
How much do you got? 150, 55.
So Eastgate doubles up Morales, and he will be left super short. Peter with 7,500 now.
1.5 big blinds.
Meanwhile, Fatima de Melo is all in with King 9. Enrique Pino is called her with Ace King. She's drawing very thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Huh? Yeah. You just didn't have to have Ace King.
Yeah,
that was the
I know.
only problem.
Well, he did. So she needs to see a 9. Instead, there's an ace on the flop. So now she needs running 9s. Or running cards for a straight for a chop. She's drawing dead.
Yeah, into the more.
Center, yeah.
Good luck. Good luck, guys. Good luck.
I lose.
So Fatima de Melo eliminated by Pino, the Portuguese pro.
I'm sorry, guys. Fatima left.
Boo.
Breaks my heart to see another blondie go.
7,500 euros, her second consecutive cash on the European Poker Tour.
Welcome back to the PokerStars.com EPT from Berlin. So far this season, the European Poker Tour has generated 40 million euros in total prize money, making it the richest poker tour on the planet. The lovely Fatima de Melo is the latest player to hit the rail. I caught up with her.
I'm on a hot streak. Yay. All min cashes. Lovely. Thank you, Fatima.
Action continues at our feature table, where Fabrice Soulier has a commanding chip lead over the other 7 players. It's Gerardo Muro who's first to speak here. He'll fold the Queen Deuce under the gun. Sorry, Fabrice, are we keeping you up? Looks like he's raising here to 11,100 with his 8-9 of diamonds.
It's a pretty hand.
Action's been folded to Matthew Franklin. Pocket 8s.
He has that 8-9 suited dominated. However, he's only a 58% favor.
You again.
It's always me, Fabrice.
Franklin 3-betting to 27,300.
Eventually.
Meyer has 4s in the big blind.
He could 4-bet shove all in.
He folds.
How much is this beautiful bet?
27.3.
No one likes to fold suited connectors on the TV table.
Oh, now you have a lot. All right.
Well, if 30 big blinds is a lot.
You keep giving me them.
Yeah, I know. I know. How am I gonna take them all now? That's the question. What's the plan? What's the plan?
My plan.
No, mine. Yours, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to
A
know.
bit more subtle than that.
Like this, I can organize my plan. I guess I have an idea. Okay. 27.3, right?
Well, he says he has a plan as he makes the call. Playing a 3-bet pot out of position is...
Here we see a flop.
Less than ideal.
I got position, I'm first.
Huh. He's turning things around for himself. Jack 10-3. Soulier with the up and down draw. Franklin's still good with his 8s.
I'm checking.
I don't expect Franklin to continuation bet this flop.
He does indeed check behind. The turn is the 7 of hearts, and Soulier hits his straight.
Franklin's gonna like this turn card, but little does he know he's drawing to a chop pot.
You don't want me to bet here, do you?
Who knows?
I'll bet no matter what.
I bet you will. You've got the nuts and you want to start building a pot.
And with so many draws out there and Franklin's made pair and a gut shot to the straight, he's probably going to look up this bet.
36,000 he's made it.
These two have been battling all day.
As you predicted, William, Franklin has made the call.
That puts 138,000 out there.
4 of clubs on the river. Does make a potential flush.
The backdoor hearts missed, king queen missed, ace queen missed.
I think I'm gonna bet like 54.
54?
Yeah.
Soulier is value betting for 54,000.
This is an excellent bet. It was just under 1/3 of the pot, and it still leaves Franklin with 10 big blinds if he makes the call.
I'd have been much happier calling if he just went all in.
I think that's a lie.
I call.
Straight.
He telleth the truth. So Fabrice Soulier takes a huge chunk of Matthew Franklin's stack.
He had a hand. He don't call me bluff, he just called because he had a better, he thought he had a better hand than me. No? Yeah, ace jack minimum in this one. Yeah, ace jack is 10, exactly, yeah.
And the Frenchman extends his chip lead even further.
My name is Fabrice Soulier. I'm originally from France. I now live in London. I always loved poker. I've been playing for like 25 years now, so I know poker a lot. I mean, I've played a lot. I don't know if I'm really good, but I think I can handle the cards. I'm not afraid to put my chips in the middle, like with no pair and nothing sometimes. I like to mix it up. I like to be deep enough to float people and to do stuff, and you cannot do this when you need them deep. My main result in poker, November 2010. I won like 500,000 euros. I was also in 4 or 5 WSOP final tables, so I did pretty okay. When I'm not playing, I like to travel, because we don't really travel when we play poker. We travel from one city to another and another to another, but it's not really visiting. Yeah, having an EPT title is quite prestigious, of course.
Quite prestigious. I'll have you know winning an EPT title is highly prestigious.
One of the best titles to have in the entire game.
Matthew Franklin is now all in from early position with King Jack offsuit. And he's running to the 10s of Mikhail Lakitov.
Franklin's jammed his last 8 big blinds. It's better he's ran into a pair than ace-king.
Lakitov has made the call. The blinds have folded. So we're racing here. Lakitov, 57% favorite.
Oh, that's not bad, no?
Nah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Franklin looking to hit a king or a jack. 5 cards to come. Ace, jack, queen, flop. Franklin takes the lead with a pair of jacks.
Pretty good now.
I don't want to hit 2 pair, right?
That would give Lakitov a straight.
4 spades.
Yeah, that's the only thing you don't want.
4 spades is the card we want.
It's the 8 of diamonds.
Well, that's not good. That's a bad card.
Lakitov can now make a straight with a king or a 9 on the river.
9 and a king.
Of course, right? Makes sense.
It's a good card.
That is a good card for Franklin. He gets a much-needed double up.
Biggest lie you can do, they will believe you.
Got some yellows again now, I can speak to you guys.
Thanks.
Didn't realise you're only allowed into the conversation if you had yellow chips.
Try and hang on one this time.
Let's head out into the field where Sebastian Ruthenberg is all in. He has 4-bet shoved with Queen 10 of spades, and Julius has called him.
How much you got? I'm gonna lose a big chunk now. 180.
Okay.
Sick, man. Should I count that?
And Julius is the favourite. And he's still the favourite, but Ruthenberg has an up and down straight draw.
No ace ball. You followed an ace. You followed an ace.
You want now to know what did I fold
Yes.
now?
Yes.
Ace 4 of spades.
Yes. No ace.
Ruthenberg needs an ace or a 9 on the river.
No river jokes, guys. No river jokes. Can't stand it anymore.
The river is a 6.
Nice game. Good luck. Good game.
So Sebastian Ruthenberg eliminated from EPT Berlin in 96th place,
Image is working.
cashing for 10,000 euros. And Andrulis, who clearly has a laggy image, chips up to 678,000. Well, there's a big pot building on this table. Alessandro Laubinger has bet 125,000 on the river with his set of 9s. Lemaire with the decision, and we don't know his hand.
This is all speculation, but if Lemaire makes this call, he will muck. Any hand that would beat a set of 9s would clearly raise.
Hugo Lemaire looks back at his hole cards. And that is a call.
Your heads-up game is ready to start.
What is it, the call?
Yeah.
Laubinger shows his set. And Lemaire does indeed muck.
Yes! Oh!
Get it quietly.
You remember?
No, I'm gonna forget that dance. And he wants to forget that hero call gone wrong.
Well, after winning that pot, Alessandro Laubinger is up to 762,000 in chips. That means he's second overall. If we take a look at the tournament leaderboard, Fabrice Soulier still way out in front with 1.1 million. Christianos Andrulis, who we saw eliminate Sebastian Ruthenberg, is fourth, while Giuseppe Pantaleo has fallen down into 7th. Well, on the outer tables, Peter Eastgate is all in and in bad shape. He shoved his last 11,000 across the line with ace-5. And Dirk Jaspert with ace-10 is going to isolate. He 3-bets to 20,000. The small blind passes, as does the big blind. So Eastgate at risk and behind. The flop is Queen, Deuce, Jack. Eastgate looking for a 5. He has 3 outs. And he needs to hit one of them on the river. He doesn't. So Peter Eastgate's return to live poker sees him cash here at EPT Berlin, but it's a relatively small cash. Dirk Jaspert, the beneficiary of Eastgate's chips. Peter will no doubt be disappointed with his result here in the German capital, but we're glad to have him back on the circuit.
I'm now joined by Peter Eastgate. Pete, you've left the tournament in 95th. How does that sit with you?
Well, I started the day with 300,000 and the average was 200,000. I think I made a borderline play and I was on the wrong side. I had the worst of it and that's why I'm on the sideline.
Now, do you think there's more pressure on you to do well because of your previous winnings?
I really don't apply any more pressure to myself, so I don't feel like it.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us. Congratulations for adding another cash to your many. Looking forward to seeing you at the next event.
Thank you.
Well, across the room, there's another all-in. It was a blind-on-blind confrontation, all-in pre-flop, and Ben Wilanowski is going to double up his ace-queen held against Ken Lundmark's ace-10. Lundmark's going to have to ship 324,500 across to Wilanowski.
How's my hair, boys?
Honestly.
Oh, he's 10.
So back to our feature table. It's Pantaleo and Anakev in the blinds. Ben Roberts first to speak. He'll fold from under the gun. Franklin passes.
Yeah, believe me, there was no danger of me folding.
Mikhail Lakitov has Queen Jack of Hearts.
Better than ace-10.
A pretty hand.
You had better than ace-10.
Suited paint. Let's get the action going.
He raises to 10,500. It's been folded around to Fabrice Soulier on the button. He's got pocket 7s.
Have you looked? No. No read.
3-betting or calling are his options.
He opts to call. Pantaleo marks the small blind. And Anakev will give up his big blind. So heads up to the flop. It's a coin flip, literally 50-50.
Don't go on tilt, you just lost a coin flip, that's it. Don't go crazy.
The flop gives Lakitov an up and down straight draw, plus he has 2 overs. It's still almost a flip.
Okay, you can go on tilt. I would forgive you.
Good flop for both players. Soulier shouldn't be too concerned as there's no pain out there.
Lakitov's continued for just over 11,000.
This is a small continuation bet.
Call you once.
Soulier has announced call. Here comes the turn.
You might give up on the ace. Oh, it's an ace? Wow.
This is the best turn card in the deck for Lakitov that did not actually make his hand, but improved his hand. He has a royal flush draw and an up and down straight draw.
It's still almost a flip.
And Soulier already announced he may give up on this ace.
24,800 is the size of Lakitov's bet.
I'll make it 65.
Soulier was lying. He's not going to give up. He's going to raise. He's turned his pocket pair into a bluff.
Bit of metagame here. Now Lakitov has 2 options. Call or go all in. He clearly cannot fold with the amount of chips out there in his huge draw. I would prefer an all in. If he just calls, he's going to commit nearly half of his stack.
He's counting out the chips for the call.
He's going to take the conservative route and take it to the river.
Okay, I won't bluff anymore.
Bluffing with the best hand.
The 9 on the river is a brick for Lakitov. Soulier has a lock on the hand. Question is, if Lakitov makes a sizable bet here, can he get Soulier to lay down the 7th? Well, he's checked it. He's given up.
I think both players have given up.
I have a pair.
Soulier shows the 7s.
Oh, Jack Queen of Hearts. Beautiful. Oh my God.
Maybe beautiful, but it's the losing hand.
Well, if you're gonna bluff, you might as well do it with the best hand. Lakitov missed an opportunity there. He should have jammed the turn.
Yeah, I'm running good.
Must be nice.
I am, man.
Also running good is the German contingent, so there's still every chance of a local getting their hands on the trophy and the whopping €825,000 first prize.
If you want to play in an EPT event, go to PokerStars.com. There are qualifiers every day.
Welcome back to the PokerStars.com EPT from Berlin. It's day 3 and we have just lost 2 giants of the game in quick succession. Also on his way to the cash desk is Spanish pro Juan Manuel Pastor making his 6th EPT cash. Following him out the door is Thomas Bichon with his 3rd deep run of the series. Still in with a shot is a set of Season 7 Barcelona finalists. Giuseppe Pantaleo is searching for redemption, Konstantin Puchkov is hoping his hot form continues, and Kentland Mark is chasing that elusive 2nd EPT title.
Well, straight to the outer tables.
Looks so strong, man.
Enrique Pino with a decision on the river. Marco Morales has bet 35,000 into a pot of 140,000. Pino with the decision. He's sitting there with the nut flush, but I guess he's worried about the fact the board's paired.
Well, I believe his only decision is raise or call. However, he believes he could possibly fold.
Well, he makes the call.
No. We'll see that then.
And he'll be delighted to see that Morales just had a straight.
Wait a wet that. Come on. No, he cannot have tens. Tens is bet on the flop, probably all in or something like that.
We call that a nit roll.
Auto value. No.
Seriously about to fold it?
Have you played with him?
So Pino wins a pot with more than 200,000 in it.
Nah, whatever.
And that will give his stack a boost to 718,000. Well, let's return to our feature table where the blinds are now 3,000, 6,000 with a 500 ante. Fabrice Soulier still with the chip lead.
A commanding chip lead at this feature table.
Lucas Meyer has folded under the gun. Gerardo Muro has mucked. Actions on Soulier. He has 9 deuce of clubs.
A rubbish hand, but I believe he's going to use this chip lead to his advantage.
You mean he's going to bully?
Seems to be. Bully the short stacks. That's the name of the game when you have the big stack.
Well, the yellow chips are worth 5,000. The reds are worth 1,000. He's made it 13,500. Actions on Giuseppe Pantaleo with an offsuit Jack-Queen.
Pantaleo is the only other player at this table who has a chip stack that could put a small dent in Soulier's.
So Pantaleo, 3 bets to 31,000. Action's been folded to Ben Roberts on the button. He'll muck.
Excellent spot for Pantaleo. He knows Soulier could be opening an extremely wide range.
Franklin has folded the small blind. Lakitov has given up the big blind, so back on Soulier. This should be a pretty easy fold, right?
Well, a fold or a 4-bet, but he's called. You don't have to be a poker expert to know calling re-raises with 9-2 suited is a losing venture.
Unless you have a crystal ball and know that the flop's coming 9-9-7.
Good.
Well, just because you have the chips doesn't mean you should make the call, but in this case, it's working out.
He checks to the aggressor.
And this is a safe board for Pantaleo to c-bet.
75,000 in the middle. And Pantaleo will make it 25,500, about a third of the pot.
I think this is an excellent bet. It's less than his 3-bet pre-flop.
Tell you, I'm not gonna fold.
But considering how dry the flop is, it's the perfect size.
You better have the goods.
He doesn't have the goods. Fabrice has just flatted. It's the King of Hearts on the turn that changes nothing. Well, actually, it does give Pantaleo a gut shot.
And knowing Pantaleo, he's going to barrel on this King scare card.
Soulier's checked to him a second time.
Pantaleo doesn't want to give up that 6-figure pot.
It's like online, they lost the check button. I know some people, they tape it.
Do you do that?
I have no check button. Bet to win.
Pantaleo following the same strategy makes it 57,500.
You try to make me believe what? Exactly.
Pantaleo trying to represent that king.
Soulier hoping he does have the king.
I raised for 130 total.
Now he check raises the turn.
I'm not particularly fond of this check raise. It takes away Pantaleo's option of triple barrel bluffing. The majority of the time, Pantaleo's gonna have an air ball here, and now it makes it much more difficult for him to continue the bluff.
130,000 was the raise. It gets Pantaleo to muck his Queen Jack. Soulier potentially missing a bit of value there.
He did, but at least he got bit value back by showing the deuce.
Yeah, it's a good card to hold. Never forget all the deuce of clubs.
You're revealing all of your secrets.
I know, I shouldn't show. I still had the best hand. No worries.
Well, comparing these two players, Pantaleo is far more aggressive. Look at his VPIP and 3-bet percentages. But Soulier's won the majority of their battles and has a massive chip lead over the German. Let's head out to the outer tables, where there is an all-in. Igor Ivashkiv has shoved with kings and has been looked up by Alessandro Laubinger, who has aces. And Laubinger has hit a set on the flop. The turn is a spade. Ivashkiv with the flush draw now. And the river is another spade.
Boah, ist das sick, Alter.
I think he said that was really sick.
Boah, ist das sick, ey. Ace, ace, kings. Flushed for him.
Top set on the flop, no good.
Returning to our feature table where Fabrice Soulier has 5 times the chips of anyone else at the table.
No one else at the table even has the average stack.
He's not going to play this hand.
So generous of him.
Giuseppe Pantaleo is going to raise with the Queen 10 offsuit. Makes it 12,000. It's a min raise.
If it's not Soulier, it's Pantaleo.
Mikhail Lakitov has 7-8 of diamonds on the button. Not interested. Lucas Meyer.
Cool.
There's Queen Jack of diamonds, and he will call from the small blind.
Fair hand to defend with against just a minimum raise.
And Gerardo Muro will muck the 7-4 in the big blind. Heads up to the flop.
How much are you playing?
120.
The flop is Queen High. Meyer's Jack Kicker playing, making him a 4-1 favorite here.
Disastrous flop for Pantaleo.
Meyer checks to the razor. Pantaleo counting out a continuation bet. He makes it 14,500.
Pantaleo could have considered checking this back, as it's hard for a worse hand to call.
Raise.
Meyer's announced raise.
And Meyer should have just called, as it's hard for another worse hand to call.
How much?
34.5 total.
34.5.
Well, this time it was the perfect check raise. Giuseppe isn't going anywhere.
He calls, and we go to the turn, which is the 6 of hearts.
All in.
And Meyer shoves the turn.
He only had about a pot-sized bet left. It's now in the middle.
Could you count?
Giuseppe's gonna have a hard time getting away from this one.
It's gonna cost him more than a third of his stack.
Well, he's only 7% to win.
He's committed the chips, he makes the call. And this is a great spot for Lucas Meyer. Set for a double up here, just has to fade a 10 on the river. Only 3 cards that Giuseppe Pantaleo can hit.
Things just haven't been going Pantaleo's way.
It's a 10 on the river.
Retract that statement.
Oh, a sick beat for Lucas Meyer, which sees him eliminated from the tournament. Pantaleo's fortunes start to change. We saw him at the final table of EPT Barcelona. He's made the top 100 here in Berlin. And to think, he's still relatively new to the live poker circuit.
My poker career live started in Berlin last year. 1 year ago I was hungry to play this EPT because it's my home country. In Barcelona, I started as a chip leader on the final table.
If you want to win it today, it's cool, bro. Whatever you want to do.
I'm not talking about winning. The Spain Jesus, he had Jack High 2. Wear a big pot and we would split it.
They both have the same hand. Queens and deuces with a Jack Kicker.
Well, it's gonna be a shot pot.
Whoa, Pantaleo's just mucked.
I mucked the hand. I had the Jack High 2. This pot cost me 100,000 euros. I think this hand changed a lot. My mindset was not that good anymore, and that's why probably I just finished in 5th place.
170,000 euros is a nice score, but he wanted more.
Now I show every time my hand, so this is what I learned about that. I was really unhappy, but it was still a good result.
I'm smiling.
This experience made me very, very hungry to win an EPT. I hope I can win this time the tournament. Why you raise? You know I'm crazy.
Still discussing that 9 deuce hand.
He's crazier.
No, you're not crazy. That's why I push.
Ben's thinking on a scale of 1 to crazy, they're both crazy.
I'm crazy. You think you're crazy? You didn't see nothing yet.
That's true. He doesn't know you yet.
You're not. I know you.
Giuseppe's calling that bluff.
Welcome back to Berlin for the PokerStars.com European Poker Tour. The pressure is mounting as we reach the halfway point of day 3. 773 players walk through the doors of the Spielbank Casino dreaming of glory. But now just 81 remain. Still in the mix is the young German Alessandro Laubinger, EPT Prague champion Roberto Romanello, PCA finalist Bolivar Palacios, and the Swede Martin Jakobsson, who already has 2 second-place finishes this season.
On our feature table, Matthew Franklin has moved all in. He shoved his last 16 big blinds across the line with King-Queen suited. Decision on Fabrice Soulier.
You know what? If it's 97, I'm gonna call.
And he has Franklin crushed with ace-queen.
9-7.
Pantaleo gives up the 10-8.
You got a pair?
No.
I'm probably behind then.
Yeah. You're
Crushed?
no.
Yeah, I'm crushed.
Way behind, drawing very thin.
97, you're going to call the snap.
Yeah, but I have you behind. You're crazy, you told me.
I got a good feeling anyway.
No, you think I'm crazy. That's I'm not.
Still on that conversation? Franklin looking for a king. But it's a queen. Soulier still leads. 13% chance for Franklin.
Not the bit I need, though.
3 outs in the deck. 6 on the turn. Has to be a king on the river or the Englishman is out.
He's not feeling so good now.
It's a blank.
Good luck, guys. Nice meeting you too, man.
Good luck. Take it easy, man.
Yeah, easy, man.
Always nice playing with you.
Not so nice from my end of things.
No, man. Regardless, chips.
On the outer tables, another British player is all in. It's EPT Prague champion Roberto Romanello, who's been suffering with the lurgy throughout this tournament. Short stacked, he's shoved with 8-4 of clubs. Jens Weigel has called him with ace-jack. A 9-5-3 flop. Roberto looking for an 8 or a 4 to survive. He hits his 4 on the turn, but that gives Weigel a straight draw. Plus, he still has aces and jacks working for him. A deuce on the river gives Weigel the straight.
That's how you win tournaments.
Yeah. I don't think Roberto realizes that he's lost.
Seat over table 16.
You're eliminated. You're gone.
I won. Yeah. I'm dreaming. Good luck, everyone.
See you, man. Thanks.
He's not been a well bunny.
But he still put together a deep run.
Not with it. I'm not well. Good luck, everyone.
Get better.
Yeah, I have to admit it is impressive to be at death's door and still make the top 75. Let's return to our feature table where 2 new German players have joined the action. This is Armin Mette, he's an economics student. And there's Thorsten Hase, who made the final table of Dortmund in season 4. Now this next hand we are going to play from Giuseppe Pantaleo's perspective. Yes, we're going to sweat with Giuseppe.
All right, it's time. Only Giuseppe's hole cards will be revealed.
Action has been folded around the table to Fabrice Soulier.
And he's debating.
Not this time. So Pantaleo's on the button. He has 5 deuce off suit. That's not going to stop him raising. He's got position. Who cares what cards he's got?
Exactly that. Bring the pain.
A min raise, which sees Anatoly Anakev give up the small blind. But Ben Roberts may defend his big blind for just another 6,000.
Excellent odds with the minimum raise.
He does call. Now Ben is a relatively tight player. I can't see him defending super light here. King 4-6.
Well, this flop misses the majority of hands. Well, Giuseppe's passing up an opportunity to bet to win with 5 high.
Pairs his 5 on the turn. Giuseppe may have decided to check. He may have decided to shut down after he got called by Ben pre-flop.
That could be true. However, with a pair, I don't see him going anywhere.
Well, now Ben Roberts leads the turn for 20,000.
Roberts could have a king, maybe some type of hand like 6-7.
It's been called by Giuseppe. Well, another king on the river.
That doesn't change anything. If Giuseppe was good on the turn, he's still good on the river.
45. How much? 45.
45,000 is the bet from Roberts.
Well, Pantaleo with the decision. He knows his 5 could be well ahead of all of those mid-range hands that did not connect with this board. And if he called on the turn, I see him calling on this river.
He does make the call. And Ben says you've got
9
it.
high.
9 high? Oh, wow, he picked up a straight draw on the turn.
And that was worth the price of admission for Giuseppe Pantaleo.
So Giuseppe makes an audacious hero call with bottom pair, leaving Ben Roberts crippled. Let's have a look at the hands that Pantaleo has been dealt during the last few orbits at the table.
Giuseppe has played an astounding amount of hands, 23 of 59 to be exact. His win-loss ratio has been poor, with 7 wins to 16 losses. For the most part, Giuseppe has played a strong range from early position. However, things change in late position, where he has widened his range in the hijack, cutoff, and most specifically the button, where he's played 3-7, 4-3, and 5-2 offsuit.
When I hear the word lag, I see Giuseppe Pantaleo's face. He's currently second in chips at our feature table, but then he's only just above average. Soulier has a monstrous lead over the rest of the table. The blinds are up, 4,000, 8,000 with a 500 ante. Actions on Mikhail Lakitov. He'll pass. Torsten Hase gets out of the way. Gerardo Muro has mucked. But Boris Soulier not interested. Ace-king on the button for Pantaleo.
And the last time Pantaleo raised the button, he showed down that 5-2 offsuit.
Queen 7 for Anikev. He passes. Ben Roberts is pretty short stacked. And he shoves and gets snap called by Pantaleo.
So quickly.
With 15 big blinds, there's nothing Ben Roberts could do here but go all in.
Especially when he knows that Pantaleo raises the button with pretty much any 2 cards. He's run into a monster this time.
Just what I needed.
I think he's being sarcastic. He needs running 9s.
Use.
Or running straight cards for a chop.
Too much through.
He's drawing dead on the turn.
Well done. Nice playing with your family. Take care, yeah? Good luck with this.
We say goodbye to gentleman Ben Roberts, eliminated by Giuseppe Pantaleo. Roberts cashes for 12,500 euros. And after that win, Pantaleo is going to be sitting on a stack of nearly 500,000. But he is not among the current tournament chip leaders. The man who beat him at EPT Barcelona is in the top 10 right now. Ken Lundmark has 530,000. We've got 2 players on more than $1 million, including Fabrice Soulier, who started the day as chip leader and has consolidated that chip lead.
Next time at EPT Berlin. Survival is the name of the game as the remaining players fight to make it to the end of day 3.
Come on, bet.
All in.
We race.
Put all my money on that.
The epic battle between Pantaleo and Soulier continues, but who will have the last laugh?
Double, triple. I'm gonna catch him soon, the little German guy.
And young pretenders and old hands alike come to the fray, but when the dust settles, who will be left in the running?